Hey, hope you had a great day today on our Tuesday. Boy, was it smoky out there. You got some controlled burns. We also had a high brush fire danger. The wind was out of control. That's blowing around all the pollen. That's why you're sneezing a lot. It's a south wind, so it's a warm wind, but it's a north wind tomorrow. And the north wind's a cold wind. Here's a look out the window, looking live. This is from the iDrive camera looking southbound out towards Rogers Uptown. Still some heavy traffic up and down I-49 this evening. That cold front is still to our west and northwest. It's set to move through, but the overall severe threat, it's not really high with this stuff. I think we'll have a limited chance of a few showers and storms, but really I think most of us stay dry. There are two other chances to see some rainfall, and we'll talk about that coming up. I did want to let you know, though, that we actually did hit a record in Fayetteville. Now, we didn't in Fort Smith. Fort Smith didn't hit the record or didn't make a record here. Let's see, what were we? Fort Smith, we were 78. The record was 79. That was back in 1988. So 1 degree off the record there. In Fayetteville, it was 80 degrees. That breaks the record of 75. That was set back in 1976. Yeah, hot day. All right, so what's happening now? This is a look at Doppler radar. You can see some showers that are starting to develop to our south. These are mostly in central Arkansas. There's not much locally, little bit of ground clutter. Ground clutter is the radar beam bending with the inversion in the atmosphere. It's also all the garbage next to the radar site, the dust, the particulates, the smoke, all that stuff. But you can see the front starting to take shape, and even a thunderstorm, which has started to develop out here around Joplin. This is tracking towards the northeast. So there are going to be a few isolated storms that develop, but the greater chance of storms is in southeast Missouri and in northeast Arkansas. As this front cuts through, there it is. It's going to really push those temperatures down and bring us some very, very chilly weather. Now, as far as what it looks like on the big picture, that storm just to our north, you can see developing in southwest Missouri out around Joplin. The truer cold air is just behind that, and that's going to be pushing in overnight with much colder temperatures ensue. And then as we back on out a little bit, you can see the low pressure here to our north. That's tracking northeast. These lows, underneath the lows, that's where the highest rising air motion is. And look at this. There's actually some tornado warnings this evening just to the west of Chicago moving towards the east. That's a nasty little storm, isn't it? There's a loop of it. You can see as it tracks from west to east out there around Aurora, heading into the Chicago area. So there is going to be some bad weather tonight, probably some tornado warnings, but it doesn't look like it's going to affect northwest Arkansas from Rogers, Bentonville, Fayetteville, Springdale, down south to Fort Smith. Cloud cover is still out there, but the overall chance of seeing any strong to severe storms like what we would expect to find in the spring months. Again, not out there now. Keep an eye on that stuff that's just to the west, northwest near Joplin. As that boundary slides southeast, it'll have a chance of producing a few showers. But again, think they're really going to be limited. So what's up next for us? Well, this is a look at the fronts here. This is where we are now, and there's the cold front. You can see the dry line moving in too. This is midnight. So by midnight, most of the rain is out of northwest Arkansas and Fort Smith. They're tracking to the northeast. That is snow, that blue color that you see in Missouri. And then skipping ahead towards the morning, those tight packed isobars there, those little black lines, that's a pressure gradient. When they're that smashed together, it's super duper windy. We're talking gusts of 40 miles an hour, temperatures in the 30s. You can do the wind chill formula on this thing. Looking at wind chills in the 20s is going to be a cold one for us. And then by lunchtime, the high pressure starts to settle in. The winds will die down a little bit. And with the high overhead, it is going to be a cold night for Wednesday night into Thursday morning. What I wanted to do is step through time here. That's our next rain chance, by the way, guys. This is Thursday evening. After lunchtime on Thursday, heading into the evening hours, is going to be our next best chance of rainfall. Really, two chances coming up. We've got the chance Thursday afternoon and evening, and then another rain chance coming up over the weekend. Kind of trending towards Saturday night into Sunday. We'll see how that plays out. And we'll keep an eye on some of these storms in southwest Missouri that could spit out a few showers here and there. I'm about to publish a new web article that shows the hour-by-hour forecast for us for the day tomorrow. Just dress the kids appropriately, and if you put the winter gear up, I put a lot of it up already, get it back out for tomorrow. You'll need a jacket and a coat. It will be very windy out there. You can check the weather temperatures throughout the day on the Oz Weather app. It's a free download available on the Google Play and Apple Store, and we're pushing out some notifications on that as well with the latest temperature updates as we head into the overnight hours and into tomorrow. So a few isolated storms are possible tonight. The worst is to our northeast. It's freezing cold tomorrow, and then we have two chances of rain coming up. One Thursday and another one over the weekend. If you're an early riser, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.